What's up, nerds? Let's open up the new G.I. Joe Super 7 Reaction Plus figures. Snake Eyes too, I guess. Snake Eyes, Pythona. We have got Big Lob and Destro in his snow jacket. So let's go ahead and open these suckers up. We're going to start with Snake Eyes because I just don't care. Snake Eyes, Commando Arctic. You can't have a line of G.I. Joe figures without having at least 10 Snake Eyes figures, which is annoying, especially for us old people that have had Snake Eyes coming out our eyes for the last 40 plus years. So let's open him up. What'd be really cool is if we were able to get a broadcast energy transmitter. Now, I know Super 7 would charge us an arm and a leg for it. Hasbro's not interested in 3 3/4 inch scale G.I. Joe. So maybe it's up to people like Darth Moocher at the Moocher's 3D print lab that could actually print us out a broadcast energy transmitter. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and open up Snake Eyes here. And come on, get out of there. Ugh, there we go. He's wedged in there real good. He's got his laser gun. And he's got his G.I. Joe classic laser rifle that just shot out across the room somewhere. So articulation, classic G.I. Joe articulation. You've got the, looks like, oh, cool. They've graduated to a ball joint in the neck. We've got the shoulders, elbows, swivel arm battle grip. Of course, you've got the waist, hips, knees. And you've got your O-ring right there, or your screw back there, so you can change out your O-ring whenever it inevitably breaks, because they always will. Especially in a dry desert climate like I live in. So he comes with his laser gun that he uses in the movie. There you go. And these are G.I. Joe the movie figures, by the way. The 87 animated movie by Sunbow. That had Cobra. No, I'm not doing that. I just did it. Sorry about that. Okay, so of course, you got your laser rifle, you got your laser pistol. All right, so that's Snake Eyes. Not much else to them. I do find it interesting that they did not use the same legs that they, or the same upper thighs that they used for Cobra Commander. These are actually newly sculpted with pockets. So they didn't take the cheap way out. And I appreciate that because I just assumed they were going to take bits and pieces from Cobra Commander and use them on this one. But nope. So, all right, go ahead and move. I actually kind of like them more that now because of that. All right, so we're going to scoot Snake Eyes stuff aside. We're going to move on to Destro. Let's see. There we go. So we've got Arctic Destro, which the outfit is actually very reminiscent of the outfit he wore in the G.I. Joe Resolute cartoon, which you see a little bit of it right there. But yeah, it's similar, but different. So yeah. So scratch that. It's completely different. But anyway, yeah, it's James McCullen Destro here in his coat. I like the fact that they molded like a little tail. Well, why am I talking about it in the package? Let's go ahead and take him out of the package and see what he looks like. Well, let's just drop him on his head. I'm actually pretty impressed with this figure. I didn't think that much of it whenever I was looking at him in the package, but no, this is a cool figure. I also think that this right here, the soft goods, it is plastic, but it's a very rubbery plastic. Long jacket that he has here is a first for G.I. Joe. O-rings, if memory serves, looking at all my O-rings. And yeah, I think this is the first time we've ever had that. We've had like cloth capes and stuff like that in the past, but nothing like this. That's pretty cool. Articulation, you've got the neck, which, yep, looks like he's also got a round ball joint in there. Shoulders, elbows, swivel arm battle grip, waist, hips, and knees. This is so flexible, it doesn't stop his hip movement. That's pretty cool. And of course, he also comes with a laser gun, much like Snake Eyes. Boom, just like that. It's a pretty cool figure. I like the face sculpt. I do like the collar being popped up like that. I'm not a fan of the dark line right there. Probably could have been painted a little bit better, but I could probably fix that. I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm not going to fix that. It's probably just going to stay like that. He does have the same belt buckle that the vintage figure had, which is pretty cool. Yeah, all in all, a very cool addition to the line. Go ahead and move him back over here next to Snake Eyes. Scooch the card. And I do love the fact that they come with file cards, adding to the story. Just great. Absolutely fantastic. That's the way it should be. And that's the one thing that Classified really misses out on, is having those file cards. Okay. Oh, and whenever we do get file cards, it's on those retro cards, which are in 7 different languages or 4 different languages, and they have like itty bitty little script, and you can't really tell what's going on. Pythona is the next in the line. She's the Cobra Law emissary, and she's looking really good. Prepare for eternity is her quote. That's pretty cool. I really like the fact that they're diving into Cobra Law. We had it with the Royal Guard not too long ago. Pythona is one that we never had in the vintage O-ring style. We did get her for the 25th anniversary. It was one of those mail-in figures, or the mail-away figures. There she is right there. She looks pretty cool, but I don't know if I need her anymore now that I've got this new Pythona. I might not be keeping her. Same with Big Lob. So I'm going to set her over here. And we're going to pop open Pythona. So I know that the 87 G.I. Joe movie is really kind of controversial. Let's put it that way. It's really pretty controversial in just being a kind of lame compared to the Transformers, the movie. But otherwise, I mean, regardless, I was the right age at the right time when that movie came out, to where I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. It was just a good, fun kids movie. Okay, so she came with some silica gel. Let's go ahead and throw that out too. But all right, Pythona, looking really good. Ooh, her ponytail is articulated. That's awesome. All right, so you've got neck, ponytail, shoulders, elbows, swivel arm battle grip, waist, hips, and knees. And she also comes with a giant jewel, so she can talk the Dreadnoks into teaming up with her. Pretty cool. Pythona, not bad. Digging it. The paint apps on her face, too, are just exceptional. Really, really well done. O-ring figures were never really well done whenever it came to female figures, but I'm glad the technology has finally caught up with the characters. I'm not going to force the jewel into her hands because her hand isn't really built to hold it, so I'm just going to set it at her feet. And here, let's compare the two Pythonas. There's also a 6-inch Pythona that's rolling in too. I like that they're really doubling down on Cobra Law. That's pretty cool. Even though it's kind of it was a dumb concept that was just a lot of fun. So if we get a Globulus, dude, I am all over it. But yeah, right on. And Globulus needs his little airship. Yeah, his little bubble airship. Okay. It wasn't really an airship. It was more like a transportation device that was made up of gross things. All right, put the jewel over there, and we are going to dive into Big Lob. This is the one I've been waiting for. I've wanted a Big Lob O-ring figure for a long time. Now, again, I do have the modern era Big Lob, which was cool. You know, he's cool. He fit in that spot that this Big Lob figure has been needing to fill for a long time. But there you go. There's the Big Lob from the 25th anniversary line, or modern era line. And we're finally getting a 6-inch version of him too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Big Lob. Bradley J. Sanders from Chicago, Illinois. Nice. When Big Lob makes his move, he always shoots for the big win, or to score the big win. Very cool. What a great figure. This one I'm probably going to want carded too, so I'll have to find me a second one. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and open that up. This is actually the second time they've released Big Lob in an O-ring fashion, but the first time was through the club. And unfortunately, I wasn't a member of the club back then, so I was not able to get him. And that original Big Lob figure goes for astronomical amounts of money now. So I was very happy whenever they announced this one. I believe he is bigger than your average G.I. Joe figure. Let's double check. Compared to Snake Eyes, he is much taller. So that is fantastic. He's got the right height. Articulation, you've got neck, shoulders, elbows, swivel arm battle grip, waist, hips, knees. And that's all you need for a G.I. Joe figure, right? Now, he does come with your basic G.I. Joe laser rifle. He does not have any removable grenades like you think he might, because, he shoots, he scores, but not this time, not this figure. So there's no removable grenade, there's no basketball. I think the 6-inch version is coming with a basketball, so that's pretty cool. And of course, he's got the number 14 on his chest, just like Bazooka. And I want to say somebody else has the number 14 on their chest too. I don't know what the significance is to 14, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me. So that's it. Big Lob from G.I. Joe 1987 animated film. Very cool. Comparing him again to the 25th anniversary modern era collection version of him. Yeah, he looks okay, but I like the simplicity of your O-ring figures compared to the complexities and the eye-rolling looks on his face. Right, he just looks bored, where he just looks animated. Oh well. Either way, I'm digging it. I've got an O-ring Big Lob for my collection. So Big Lob here, he's going to go right here next to Falcon, at least temporarily, until I can figure out a better place to put him. Arctic Snake Eyes is going to go up here next to Jinx, just for the time being until I can get to my Arctic section. Pythona is going to go up here next to Cobra Law, next to Globulus. And Destro. Destro is going to go over here. We're going to put Destro here next to the Crimson Twins. So that's it. G.I. Joe the movie with the expanded Cobra Law family, Arctic Snake Eyes, and finally some Big Lob. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in. And as always, keep it nerdy.